Hi and hello everyone, this is Ravindra Babu. Welcome back to my channel Silver 90s Bionet. Till now we have successfully completed the first two events of central dogma of molecular biology. Those are replication and transcription. Today in this part of videos of molecular basis of inheritance, we are going to discuss the third event of central dogma of molecular biology, translation, where the transfer of genetic information or copying of genetic information takes place from RNA molecule to a protein molecule, or the translation of genetic information from the language of nucleotides to the language of amino acids of a polypeptide chain, which means the polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide chain by using the sequence of triplet codons on the mRNA molecule. Before we go into this, here a small request from my side: kindly watch all my videos made on this molecular basis of inheritance for the better understanding of the concepts, and one more request is please like and share the videos and subscribe my channel. Watch this video till the end to answer few level 3 MCQs to which I have provided in the description. If you know the answer, put the answer in the comment section. If you don't know the answer and got any doubt, write the same in the comment section. I will explain the answers in reply. Let's get into our today's topic, that is translation. Translation means a synthesis of a protein molecules from mRNA molecule. Hence this translation is otherwise called a protein synthesis. This translation or protein synthesis actually takes place in the cytoplasm in the case of eukaryotes, as the mRNA molecule being transcribed must move out of the nucleus into cytoplasm to involve in this translation. The site of this translation in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes is ribosomes. In this part of videos, we are going to discuss the detailed mechanism of translation in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. First, let us discuss the mechanism of translation in prokaryotes. The mechanism of translation in these prokaryotes includes 5 major phases. Those 5 major phases are activation of amino acids, charging of tRNA molecule, initiation, elongation, and finally termination. Let us discuss one by one. First, let us start with the first phase of a translation mechanism, that is activation of amino acids. The amino acid molecules which are going to be involved in a polymerization to form a polypeptide chain must go through an activation process. During this activation process, a amino acid gets react with adenosine triphosphate in the presence of an enzyme amino acyl tRNA synthetase. What is that enzyme? Amino acyl tRNA synthetase to form amino acyl AMP and 2 inorganic phosphate. This amino acyl AMP is nothing but amino acyl adenosine monophosphate. Nothing but the amino acid molecules binds to the monophosphate of this adenosine triphosphate, releasing the 2 inorganic phosphate. Hence, this amino acyl adenosine monophosphate is otherwise called amino acyl adenylate. This formed amino acyl adenylate is considered to be as activated amino acid. And the next phase is charging of tRNA, which is otherwise called amino acylation of tRNA, during which the activated amino acid amino acyl adenosine monophosphate gets react with a specific tRNA molecule having a specific anticodon to form amino acyl tRNA molecule and releasing of adenosine monophosphate. What is happening here? The activated amino acid is binding to the specific tRNA molecule to form amino acyl tRNA. So this is a tRNA molecule. It gets bind to this amino acid, releasing the adenosine monophosphate. This reaction is also carried out by the same enzyme amino acyl tRNA synthetase, and the two inorganic phosphates whichever released during the first step of a translation mechanism provides energy for this second step of a translation. The third event of a translation is the initiation. Initiation means the initiation of a process of polymerization of amino acids. This initiation process of translation occurs in three substages. Those are, one is the binding of 30S ribosomal subunit to the mRNA molecule, and the second event is binding of large ribosomal subunit to this 30S mRNA complex, and the third event is the binding of a tRNA fmet to the P site of the ribosome. Let us discuss these substeps one by one. The first one is the binding of mRNA molecule to the 30S ribosomal subunit. The 30S ribosomal subunit was already associated with the initiation factor 3. The function of initiation factor 3 is to prevent the binding of this 30S ribosomal subunit with a large 50S ribosomal subunit. So, in such conditions, the mRNA molecule going to involve in a translation process gets binds to this 30S ribosomal subunit along with the initiation factor exactly at the initiation codon AUG, resulting into the formation of a 30S mRNA complex and the releasing of initiation factor 3. The releasing of initiation factor 3 from this 30S mRNA complex initiates the binding of the large ribosomal subunit to this 30S mRNA complex. So, in the second substage of this initiation, the large ribosomal subunit gets binds to this 30S mRNA complex as the initiation factor 3 gets released from 30S ribosomal subunit. This large ribosomal subunit consists of two sites. One is the P site, peptidyl site, and another one is the A site, acceptor site. This large ribosomal subunit binds to this 30S mRNA complex in such a way that its P site exactly comes opposite to the initiation codon AUG. This binding of 30S ribosomal subunit exactly at AUG of mRNA, and the binding of a large ribosomal subunit with its P site exactly opposite to AUG of mRNA is aided by the Shine-Deligarno sequence and 16S rRNA of 30S ribosomal subunit. What is the Shine-Deligarno sequence? The portion of mRNA molecule present before the initiation codon AUG towards a 5' end is called Shine-Deligarno sequence, and the 30S ribosomal subunit consists of a 16S rRNA molecule. Both of these are complementary to each other, thereby they manages this 30S ribosomal subunit to bind to the AUG of mRNA, and the binding of large ribosomal subunit with its P site exactly opposite to the initiation codon AUG of mRNA. With this, a ribosomal mRNA complex will be formed after the second substage of the initiation step, and in the third substep of the initiation process involves the binding of amino acyl tRNA fmet. The initiating amino acid in the translation of prokaryotes is formylmethionine. But in the case of eukaryotic translation, the initiating amino acid is just methionine. The tRNA molecule specific for this formylmethionine brings the formylmethionine activated amino acid to the site of protein synthesis. What is the site of protein synthesis? Ribosomes. This tRNA molecule, before binding to these ribosomes, earlier it gets associated with a GTP molecule and initiation factor 3. The GTP molecule provides the energy for this third step of initiation, and the function of initiation factor 2 is to bind this tRNA F-mate to the P site of a ribosome. There is another initiation factor, that is initiation factor 1. The function of this initiation factor is to activate the initiation factor 3 and initiation factor 2. In such conditions, the tRNA F-mate gets binds to the P site of a ribosome, resulting into the releasing of a GDP molecule and releasing of initiation factor. Thus formed 30 years subunit, 50 years subunit of ribosomes, and mRNA molecule and tRNA F-mate is said to be as initiation complex. What we call this? Initiation complex. This is what about the initiation step of translation in prokaryotes. The fourth event of translation is elongation, where the polymerization of amino acid continues until the stop codons come across the ribosomes on their way on the mRNA molecule. This elongation process also occurs in 3 substages. The first substage is a binding of a second amino acid tRNA molecule to the A site of ribosomes. And the second event is the formation of peptide bond between the amino acids of P site and A site. And the third event is the movement of ribosomes by a distance of 1 triplet codon on the mRNA molecule, to which what we call translocation. Let us discuss these 3 events of elongation one by one. So this is the initiation complex of translation, which is having the 30S ribosomal subunit, the large 50S ribosomal subunit, mRNA molecule and tRNA F-mate in the P site of ribosomes. At this stage, a second amino acid tRNA molecule specific to the second triplet codon present on the mRNA molecule brings a specific amino acid. Here, what is the triplet codon on the mRNA? CUU. CUU codes for the amino acid proline. So that a specific tRNA molecule having the anti-codon GAA brings the proline amino acid and gets attached to the A site of ribosome, which is carried out by the elongation factor TU, which means elongation factor temperature unstable. And the second stage of this elongation phase is the formation of a peptide bond between the amino acids of P site and amino acid of A site, which is aided by an enzyme called a peptidyl transferase. What is that enzyme? Peptidyl transferase. This peptidyl transferase is actually a RNA molecule, that is 23S rRNA. Where this 23S rRNA present? This 23S rRNA is actually the part of larger ribosomal subunit. This RNA molecule acting as the enzyme is said to be as ribozyme. We know very well about this ribozyme. This is the peptide bond established due to the activity of this 23S rRNA ribozyme. This second step is carried out by an elongation factor S. S means stable. The third substage of the elongation is translocation. Translocation means the movement of ribosomes on the mRNA molecule by a distance of 1 triplet codon at a time. As the ribosome moves by a distance of 1 triplet codon on the mRNA molecule, the first amino acid tRNA, that is tRNA F-mate, which was earlier present in the P site of a ribosome, comes out of the ribosome like this, making the P site empty. This P site is filled by second amino acid tRNA molecule. Say suppose for example here amino acid tRNA proline, which was earlier in the A site of ribosome, gets shifted into a P site of ribosome, making the A site of ribosome empty to receive a third amino acid tRNA molecule specific for the third triplet codon present on the mRNA molecule. What is the third triplet codon? That is GUA. GUA codes for which amino acid? Valine. So that the tRNA molecule having the anticodon CAU. What is the anticodon? CAU brings the amino acid valine to the A site of ribosome during this translocation of translation. During this step, the amino acid tRNA molecule which came out of the ribosome gets separated from the amino acid. Thus released tRNA molecule involves in bringing of its specific amino acid to the site of protein synthesis again and again according to the sequence of triplet codons present on the mRNA molecule. The second and third substeps of this elongation repeats again and again, finally resulting into synthesis of a polypeptide chain of a specific sequence of amino acids according to the sequence of triplet codons present on the mRNA molecule. This third substep of elongation is carried out by elongation factor G. The fifth and last phase of translation is termination. The termination occurs whenever the ribosomes come across the stop codons such as UAA, UAG and UGA on their way on the mRNA molecule. As these stop codons, they never codes for any amino acid, thereby resulting into termination of the translation process. This termination is carried out by releasing factors. There are three types of releasing factors. Those are releasing factor 1, releasing factor 2 and releasing factor 3. The function of releasing factor 1 is to recognize the stop codons UAA and UAG. The function of releasing factor 2 is the recognition of UAA and UGA, whereas the function of releasing factor 3 is to activate the releasing factor 1 and releasing factor 2. Say suppose for example here the stop codon is UAG, so that there must be a releasing factor 2 involved in the termination of translation. This termination process also occurs in three substeps. The first step is the dissociation of or releasing of a tRNA molecule from polypeptide chain, thereby the releasing of a polypeptide chain from mRNA ribosome complex. And the event is the separation of the mRNA molecule from the ribosomal subunits. The third event is the separation of two subunits of ribosomes, which finally resulted into synthesis of a polypeptide chain with the sequence of amino acids, because the sequence of triplet codons on the mRNA molecule are coding for those amino acids. This is what the mechanism of translation in prokaryotes occurring in 5 phases. Those are activation of amino acids, charging of tRNA molecules, initiation, elongation and termination. This is all for this today's video. In the next video we are going to talk about the differences between a prokaryotic translation and a eukaryotic translation. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the videos and subscribe my channel. Vidyaya Amrutam Ashnate.